We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans.
Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New Orleans Saints. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from the Superdome.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and back. Closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Throwing Jones.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he's out right at the 25. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, Our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jones. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Saints at 6-3 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 17, Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in those.
Touchdown, Saints! Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll start the drive with Harris. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
A chance for Waddle on the return.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones to the right side and complete to Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Back to throw. Jones. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And room there to work it inside the 25.
46 yards on the ground for him so far.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the bootleg. Jones on the move to his left.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
but they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now Jones is going to back this forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They go play action here on first down.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort turned it into a successful play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Leonard Fournette with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
On second down, this is Harris. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over first and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just prove to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Jones to throw on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Second down and 3.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Irv Smith Jr.,
49 yards.
And the Steelers are back within a score.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Fournette, a first down carry. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now Jones on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
He's got this to Pickens.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Complete. Smith has it. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Glenn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On third down, Wilson. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. And Thomas has it. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7'5".
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open and turning it into plays that you remember.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Steelers send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. To throw on 3rd down. Jones. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fournette once more on 2nd down.
And he's got some space here.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Looking to throw. Jones.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job seeing he got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll be out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Lutz with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Wilson. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do it, you can just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Steelers.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
The score, Saints 21, Steelers 14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A
fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Jones throw complete there to Thomas.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
And even 100 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Jones.
Another catch there for Waddle. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down, back to Fournette.
Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Jones now to throw on third down.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that's CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting war, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
A handoff to Fournette. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play. It wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll give Fournette another crack. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Jones.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson.
That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Now it's Wilson.
Pass complete to Harris.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
They run for it with Harris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
One last shot for Wilson.
Austin is there.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league. And they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels. And